All right, what's going on, everybody? So today it's gonna be a little bit of a different video that I usually do. So I'm actually gonna show you something that I've recently found that really piqued my interest. So I'm gonna show you how to completely clean and refresh your fuel injectors, to take something that kind of looks like this and turn it into something that looks a little bit more presentable and then functional like this one. So this is everything you're gonna need here. So the kit that I have, it's this Thick Pro, okay, injector tester. So you see it hooks up to a 12-volt source here, and you'll see once I power it on, you can cycle through all the different modes, and I'll show you what each one of those does once we actually plug in an injector. But it's actually really simple. This runs about $20 on Amazon, $20 to $30 on Amazon. The kit comes with the tester itself, several different sized kind of pressure tubes, I guess you could call it. People kind of rig these up in like various ways using like fuel line and duct tape, but this kit actually comes with them already in here, which is pretty nice. And they come with like various sizes, so there's really you can run any size injector here. And I will say it is currently 7 o'clock at night and it is 91 degrees, and I'm sitting here in my backyard and it is quite warm. But anyway, I'll show you how the device itself works. So I've gone ahead and disassembled these fuel injectors. These are for my 3000 GT VR-4, and I picked up this injector tune-up kit, like rebuild kit from 3SX. Basically comes with the new micro filters inside, O-rings, and a pintle cap, little gasket thing, and then a little grommet that goes on top of the injector itself. So we're going to be cleaning these injectors, reassembling them, and I'm just going to kind of take you through the whole process. It's actually really simple. So this is a tester, but you could also use it to clean it, if you have gunk or whatever inside your fuel injectors. If your car's, if it has a bad misfire, whatever the case may be, and you've already taken care of all the normal stuff, check your spark plugs, make sure your mass airflow sensor is good, clean your filters and everything, obviously. So this is kind of not the last resort, but something preliminary that you should check. So I had a really bad misfire on cylinder 5, so that's this one here. So I'm going to take you guys through how I cleaned up cylinder number 1. So first thing you're going to want to do is, you're going to plug these in to your 12-volt source. Obviously negative goes on the negative, positive goes on the positive, and then the injector here has a little plus mark, which I presume means that's where the positive anode goes, and then the cathode's gonna attach here, the negative portion of the terminal. And listen closely. You can hear the solenoid or whatever's going on in here kind of opening and closing. So if I cycle over here to 2, you see it says medium there. It does short bursts. So we're going to turn it on 4, which is the continuous mode. So if I turn it on, it's just going to continuously fire until I turn it back off. And each one of these things has a different size rating. So this one's a 12.5, and that's what fits this injector, this O-ring. So we're going to take this O-ring, put it over the top of this injector. I'm actually going to move these two out of the way. So this is 1 and this is 3. And it's pretty simple, actually. You just kind of put this in here like this, and you have to be careful because if you do it improperly, you can actually just completely blow this thing out of the plastic housing that it's in. But it's a fairly simple thing to use. You take the cap off the carb cleaner, and you essentially just turn the machine on. I'm gonna get all this stuff out of the way because it's gonna blow everywhere. So we're gonna turn it on and then hold it with one hand and just very gently start putting pressure in the can, and you can see the spray pattern there, and it blew off. But this will work to clean your injectors, but you just have to be very careful, otherwise you will blow it off again. But you can see the spray pattern emerging from the pintle cap. All right, that's really it. And you know, I'm doing this functionally to clean it. You know, clean the inside of the injector. It's a relatively simple process, but I'm gonna go through and actually clean the whole body of the injector. I'm not replacing the pintle caps, but you know, I am replacing everything else with this little rebuild kit here. So you're just gonna pry this O-ring off, and you can take these two leads off, and so now you're left with just the bare body of the injector. And I use these wire brushes to kind of clean everything off. I use the plastic one just to knock off all the major dirt and grime off the sides here, clean out in here. And that's pretty much all you can do there. And then, you know, you could use another wire and brass to polish the rest of it. So I'm gonna finish polishing this, and then I'll restart the video once everything's cleaned up. Okay, and here's our finished product. And you know, while it isn't perfect, you know, it is still a major improvement from what it was, which is really all we're looking and hoping for in this instance. So just gonna give everything one little pass with the wire brush, and we're good to go. So next bit that we're gonna get to is this tune-up kit. So a couple different components in here. That's gonna go on the top. These kind of fat, flat ones are gonna go on the bottom, on the pintle cap. You have these little micro filters that go in place, and then the top O-ring, which is very tiny. So we're gonna start with putting the O-ring on. Simple enough. This one goes here. Oh, maybe I should have put this on last. That's what makes these picks pretty useful, is you can just take off these O-rings very gently. So this top O-ring goes down like this, which forms a nice tight seal. You know, over time these get hard and corroded and they can leak. So this goes over the pintle cap. And the final thing is these little micro filters. You can just tap these in very carefully with a hammer until they're flush. And that's a rebuild injector. So you don't have to spend an obscene amount of money, especially if you have you know, cars that have a little bit more difficult to source injectors like the VR-4s, because they use the low impedance injectors. But this is something you could do. The kit is about $50 with all these parts. They still sell it on 3SX if you're doing it for a VR-4, but I'm sure they sell it for you know, a variety of vehicles, you know, on the different specialists. But yeah, that's really it. I have some other stuff lined up for the VR-4 that's going to be coming out very soon. I have some updates on the Camaro coming out, so keep you guys posted on all that. But I'll see you in the next video.